out. Get the...
I thought it was not. It's not in there.
Okay. Whee! We're gonna start, like, exactly on time.
It's not
Yay!
Huh?
Oh yeah.
Is your waist tight enough?
Yeah, but it's, like, ridiculously high up. Okay. And then feet.
Where do I stand? Do I stand like right here? Am I just supposed to be floating up? Am I like?
Do you want to do it down here, or I have a prettier, like, venue space up?
Yeah, yo, bring me to the pretty place.
Yeah, the pretty.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. And now I need to
Beautiful.
full body.
Oh.
What's wrong with this one? I did it. Can you see the stream? Does it look right?
I don't know. Hold on a second.
Yeah, now I
Let's
see
figure this one out. And then we go into I won't say which browser because they'll judge me on it.
Yeah, everyone will judge you
Yeah.
for any
I don't wanna
browser you
do that.
use.
Oh. Yo, I used the oh my god. I'm on the wrong site. The wrong streaming service.
I'm
This is the
YouTube.
good one. Yeah, so am I. I'm not the other one anymore. Oh. It says a good friend of mine is live now. Oh, yo! It's me! I see myself.
Okay, so
Oh my
you
god. Okay,
see...
so there's a 5-second delay. Alright, we got it. Sorry.
Okay. Oh, and let me see if I can see chat too. There's... Where was it?
Oh, yeah,
I can see chat right there. That's awesome.
I can. Yo, Cal, how you doing?
Cal's here. Shavy's here. You made it.
You want the chat anchored to your
JB,
Maybe.
yo, you got the coolest avatar. I'm gonna bring it out at some point so people can see my version of it. It's really cool. Mine has. I'll just surprise you when it happens. But it's low key one of my favorite avatars I've ever had.
I think I want to sit at the bar.
All right. I don't drink, so I'll just have like a seltzer. But...
Just a seltzer?
I'm kidding.
Okay.
Club soda. Yeah, club soda. Yo,
We
I
drink
make my
Canada Dry in
Um,
this house.
own. Yeah, okay. You know what? I'll drink a little about it. I associate it with being sick. So I think if I got like that whatever disease it is that goes around these days, I forget what it's called. There's something going around.
All right.
It's really bad. But starts with a C. That I remember.
What happened?
So okay, are we like right here? I gotta be careful on camera. I don't want my panties showing. Listen, if you become a tier 1 patron, you might be able to get that view. But as of now, I mean, there's not much I could do for you.
All right. I think that's
Okay,
pretty good
looking
on
good.
on panty shots.
Nope. Yo. Oh.
And then anchor, meow. Anchor to world, meow. I think. And
All about that life.
hey, that's looking pretty good. All right.
Yeah, I look amazing. Yeah, hell yeah.
You are really cute. This is not the avatar I met you in.
No.
Oh my
Wait,
gosh.
what the hell avatar? Oh, it was the little Monique, I think.
It was the
Yo.
E-boy. It was the black-haired, like, you have a fuzzy collar and a black, not black jacket. It was like maybe dark green or something. It's like kind of an old avatar.
Oh
but,
yeah.
And
That
then
might have been what's his face's. Might have been a collab one. Yeah, I think so.
all right.
I just remember hanging out with the Monico, the little white cat that everybody used to walk around in.
I loved it. That was when, well, wasn't that around when you got full body too?
It was a few months before that. That was actually that was You join. The first time you join, my goddaughter's there screaming because it was like a knife to her like teeth because she's trying to fix her braces or whatever that she just got put on. And you're just
Wild.
like, how about you wait and go to the doctor?
Yeah.
And she's just
freaking out.
screaming on the thing, and we're just like, no, you
She's,
gotta
like, on
listen.
the
If she sees,
floor.
I should show this to her. Oh my god, I will show this to her afterwards. Like, yo, you remember that? I'm so glad we got that straightened out afterwards.
It was a little
Wait,
bit
straightened
scary,
out.
but
It's a
I was
braces
like
joke.
happy that you were there to like take care of it because I was like, whoa, that's intense.
Yeah.
Let's see. So let's go ahead and get started. We're about 5 minutes, and if you can introduce yourself for anybody who's not familiar with you.
I think there's a lot of people. Yo, so I'm Aether the Dreamer. I do VR social VR content creation, and that's such a wonderful blanket term for just about anything. Generally speaking, I do a series called A Shared Dream. It's like a documentary style video, series about social VR things. It's like Phantom Sense, like we explore mirror dwelling, avatar creation. We even go into video content creators. I myself being one, so it even gets meta sometimes. But yeah, it's it's kind of these short little documentary things, talking to the community, which is something I love to do. I'm somebody who likes to support the community and help build, social VR in vrchat at the moment. Yeah.
They're saying that my audio is coming from my head rather than the camera. Do you know how I can change it to the camera? So here in the
Audio
left channel.
From TPP's head rather than the camera.
Yeah,
so
he's
Ether
in my.
tends to be stuck in the left channel.
He's in my ear.
Okay, hold on a second. That means. Wait a minute. Hold on a second. I wonder what that means.
It means they're like hearing you like I'm hearing you. So you're like I can hear you to my left, and they're all like hearing you as if they have my head. I think that's kind of cool, but I don't want to.
Oh, okay. That is valid. The problem then is us being left and right to each other. You have to face me. So I have to be more like this. If we talk side by side, that's where the problems happen. Yeah. Yo. I'm not bad looking. It's okay to look at me. Yeah.
I like the new one. It's cute.
When this like pops in, Oro, tell me, is this like a lot better? Oh, and yo, maybe's on the stream. Yo, Mr. Homebox, what you doing? How you doing? Continue to record him from a second account. Yeah. No, I think it's just when she records the system audio, it's coming in from like the left side directly, and that's like kind of harsh.
Yeah.
But yeah.
We are all
like each other. Come on. Yo, we do like each other. Yeah, we like each other a lot. We have for quite a while. I want to say a year and a half. That,
it was 2020. So it could be around
20 years. I believe that.
It was 20 years ago. But
20 years ago.
Yeah. So the way that we met was actually pretty interesting. Like, I saw your video, and it's because of you that I actually went in and researched some of the bigger avatar creators and started like learning more about the process and everything. And I remember I reached out to you, and do you remember like the first time we talked or the first time we met in game?
I remember the first time we spoke was on Discord. We had a very long conversation. We're both really good at like texting, so it was real time. You know, there's the people who take a while to respond or do the long paragraphs where you have to wait for them. We're the type of people who communicate the sentence at a time, or maybe a few words. And some people get frustrated at that because they look at their phone and they see 7 messages, and it could have been summed up. But because we do it this way, the way I see it is it makes it like a real-time conversation.
Yeah.
And we had a real-time Discord text and conversation. I want to say at the very least 2 hours, could have been 3.5. Could have been overnight. I don't remember things. But I do remember we had a very pleasant discussion. Like, you saw my videos, and I was like, crying my eyes out. And then we were talking about, what do you call it? Just the avatar scene. Like, this was the thing that you started getting interested in with social VR. I'm like, yo, I just did a freaking video about it. And you're like, I know, I saw it. I'm like, I don't remember things. And that's how you got, you hooked up with the community, the avatar creation community, and you went from there. But what I didn't know, which you revealed to me recently, is that I was instrumental in, like, your journey and getting into, avatar creation in social VR. That still hits me. I was like, that kind of hit me in the feels a little bit. I wasn't prepared for that.
I mean, you definitely, you influence a lot of people, and you inspire a lot of people. And I think it, like, your reach goes farther than you could ever know. And yeah, and I mean, that way you're responsible for us sitting down here. You're responsible for me, like, doing my avatar server, and a lot of the friends that I've made, like, it's because of that initial, like, spark of interest and, like, possibility that I was like, I could do that.
Yeah, and you can, and you do. It's really inspiring seeing that, because I struggle a little bit with Blender myself, and I'm learning slowly but surely. When you have, like, way too many things on your plate, so like the Blender plate is it's getting there. I'm trying to get to it, but I have all these other. Listen, I do a lot of stuff. This is what I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah.
I do a lot of stuff.
A lot of projects and a lot of ideas. It's great to see.
Yeah.
And I know you've done, like, a few edits here and there of avatars and stuff as well.
Oh yeah. Okay. So I mean, this one is I've been, and I've been in the market for a nice mesh face edit, a head edit of and I've like kind of settled between 2 bases that are pretty popular. I won't say which ones at the moment. Oh Jesus.
Keep them guessing.
I won't say it at the moment, but I would like one of these 2 meshes if I could find somebody who's really good at it, and to make the new me, because everybody looks like, that's Google's old avatar, isn't it? I'm like, and then when I see somebody come up like, yo, look, I'm an Aether, I'm like, I made my brand around something that everybody can wear. But
yeah.
I mean, I went original with this one. This was originally a version of my avatar that was for Pride Month last year, June, I believe. And after, it said Pride Month 2020, and after that, I liked it a lot, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna change it up a little bit and put, like, Dark Side of the Moon. Great album. Everybody knows it. If you're not familiar with it, you definitely should be. And then I designed some of the stuff. I added the rainbow eyes. I did some things in whatever Photoshop.
Yeah, it's really
and so
pretty.
people kind of look at them.
Wait,
yeah, they look at them, and it's like a Rorschach test. Yeah. So you have to figure out what you see in it.
I think, like, if you're on a plane and there's, like, clouds but beneath your plane and you're looking out the window at a sunset, that's what they look like.
Yeah, I like that. A lot of sunsets, a lot of some people just literally thought I made the water with a sunset. I'm trying to think what the other responses were. They try to figure out what it is, and I'm like, ugh. I wish I had something definite, but sometimes ambiguity kind of, inspires conversation. So I like that. Oh, let's see what's happening on the stream. Oh, shoot. Oh, Aether's legacy has only just begun or so, Cal. I like that. I hear maybe's voice in my head saying it too. Yeah, but you're typecasted as this now. Just can't. Oh, can't just change. This is true.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Maybe. So, this is my idea. Keep the overall style. Like, keep the hair. Keep the strip. Right. Keep, some of this and
rainbows?
everything. But yeah, well, my main is the one with the. I don't even know what my main is anymore, but it's been for the longest time the one with the lavender hair with the green strip. And like, you've seen these. I have these little chibis I had commissioned about all of them. So now if I get a face mesh edit, and maybe some new body if I felt like it. I mean, I like her body very much. Oh, that sounds wrong. I have grown accustomed to it. See, I do this on my streams too. I say something and then they clip it. Dude, they always clip it. Well, thankfully this isn't on Twitch, so they can't clip it, right? Or wait, can they clip that?
I don't know. I think you can do it in app, but there are definitely ways.
Wait a minute.
But some of the things
you can. Oh no.
Some of the things that avatar creators will say just offhandedly can be kind of cursed. It's just like, I took her head off and I put her head on her body, and it just out of context, avatar creators could like be an entire like Twitter like just like
Oh yeah. Oh god.
All right.
Definitely. This.
Let's.
Oh yeah, and what else did they say?
And then after that, let's move.
Oh,
keep
Shaby.
moving along with. Yeah, Shaby makes
Shaby.
her avatars. And if you want to see
avatar for stream and such. Oh yeah.
Yeah, then she can build her brand, and she does have, like, she debuted recently, and her avatar is
Let me do
very
this. I'm gonna
iconic.
do this. Hold on a second. Where is it? Skylar. I have a version of Skylar. Let me bring her out. I think this is one of my favorite avatars I've ever had. Besides Vibe Check. So let me see it on. You know what? I should have my camera out so I can see as well. So let me see here. And I like the darker complexion as well. I really appreciated that touch. And yeah, I'm not really wearing much right now, but that's the prime content you get on TBP streams. Okay.
Yes.
But anyways, so this is basically a pixel art version of my new logo that I haven't quite finalized yet, but it's pretty much the same thing. I got Awake Inside a Shared Dream right here. It's like this tattoo that just keeps like pulsing. Normally it's something else that Shaby put on, and I did a thing where I took oh yeah. Did you here? Let me move it over a little bit more. That
Yeah, that's very pretty. I really like the ear jewelry going from like the chain going from one side to another. Oh, that's cool.
Shaby did an amazing job. Oh my god. I couldn't believe, like, Shaby, if you said, no way, I need to start charging for this, I would say, you do. This is, But, don't charge me. I already got it for free. I'll just, like, advertise for you something. Well, okay, so it has a lot of, you know what it has? It has me falling off this chair.
He just fell off the stool.
Has
Over here drinking seltzers and still falls off a stool.
It's hard water, I have to be careful of those things. There's shots. But Shaby, so there's something I added to it. Actually, you stay right there. I will get off for a moment because I have to do stuff in the distance. So I have this thing on here which shoots emotes. So Ouroboros on the stream said something. He says, "Yo, the audio is in the one ear," and Oro is one of the best people in the world. Well, he's my favorite sloth friend. So
Sloths!
I made a pixel art. Yeah.
So cute.
People mistake him for an anteater all the time. It's like it can be annoying, but they learn. And then Oh, here we go. Ooh, E-boy. Ooh, he's so cute. I have that bit with the E-girl crazed E-boy. I do that sort of character. This is me getting shocked. That's a really low resolution thing. Oh, me being confused.
Very
I
cute.
have these. I do some pixel art emotes for like commissions and stuff. Oh, that wasn't mine. So this actually is a prefab thing from the vrchat chan. You can find it on Booth, because obviously Booth. The kawaii demon. Where is
That
it?
got
Hold
me in
on.
the face.
There it is. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, they're really sharp too. But yeah, here, let me get back up here. Oh, is this good?
Alright.
We see the angle. Yeah, as long as I'm looking good. Oh, yo, don't. Eyes up here, guys. Eyes up here. Okay. I saw that.
Why am I broken?
I did see that.
Help.
I ask myself that every morning when I wake up.
Why am I broken? Okay. Give me. Okay.
Yeah, Shavy says some of the things we say, laughing. We could get canceled for talking about swapping heads. Yo, it's a good business though. Ouroboros. There was definitely a way to clip on Aether's last stream, but the option appears absent here. Not sure what the requirements are. Well, so I guess it's okay because this is a VOD eventually that stays up. As I understand it, mine do. And so you can just kind of look back and be like, yo, and just kind of like maybe clip it yourself the old-fashioned way.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep the VOD up.
Let me see. Oh,
so you can go back.
That's so cute. Yo, Irene's on the stream booping me? Yo, booping both of us, right? We got some boops from Irene and just wake up and choose violence. Love that. Yo, Shavy, you're good people, okay? Thank you profoundly for this. This has definitely made quite a few days. She's just a fun avatar, you know. Anyways, I don't know. I'm on here. Shavy was last time. Why are we? I'm still talking about it. So, yeah.
So
How about I let you talk?
How did you come up with the idea for a shared dream? Like, what was the genesis of it, and like your inspiration?
Oh, that is a good question. So, you know what a shared dream is? It's like when you're a kid or an adult, and you have this dream, right? And your friend's in there, or your family member, and you're both experiencing the same thing together, and you wake up like, you know what'd be cool? If they were actually like we were both in that same dream, and you call them and like, yo, I was in a dream with you, were you in it? And they're like, you're crazy, and then they hang up because they don't know you. That's not your friend, it's the wrong number. But yeah, so that is what a shared dream is. And maybe like my first month in vrchat, I kind of thought about like what a shared dream is and how this in itself, like social VR, like it's very dreamlike, you know.
Yeah, we
a
have
lucid dream that we can
collective unconsciousness going on. I know that's pretty Jungian, but
right?
in like the most literal way possible. Not even bringing in philosophy. It is like we do like get to. Oops, I punched the desk.
It's a lucid dream in which we are the architects of the dreamscape, right? And you know, everybody's kind of building it together. The community, you know, the assets and everything. There's sort of like, you know, a whole community around that. But it's a shared experience. It's like a shared dream. And so I wanted to start the series, right? Because so COVID hit, right? We know COVID hit. I don't have a day job after that point. I'm going to say because of COVID, but that's kind of for reasons that might not be what you'd think. So I was out of a day job. I was encouraged by a lot of people over the course of, you know, many years. You should get into like YouTube. You sound like somebody should be on YouTube or become a Twitch streamer.
Yeah.
I'm like, what am I going to do? Play League of Legends? Like, come on. No offense to League of Legends.
Yeah, the League streamers don't take it too personally.
Yeah, yo, I could get sponsored. Listen, I don't want to set up a cancellation for the future. So I said, all right, I'm going to do this. I had a background in music production, right, for many years. That's where some of my, like, other income comes from. And I said, this is just like the same thing in a way, but with video as well. You're still working in the timeline, right? So I went out boldly and I met some people and I said, yo, I asked a few questions here and there, which it was kind of inspired also by I Am Lucid is one person who has a channel it's not exclusively social VR. He was in there for a little bit. And then it was I Listen, like the letter I Listen, who also did these things which, a few content creators do, where they interview people about like heavy topics or silly topics.
Yeah,
Not
I Listen
having to do
has
with
some
social
really,
VR.
really like impactful videos, like to just like find people and be able to share the kinds of things that they've been through, like and you get all sorts of people. Like VR is kind of like the internet but like condensed, so you're going to get like all of the there's toxicity, sure, but also like all of the people who have nowhere else to go, so they turn to internet things. Well, they turn to VR things. They feel so lonely that they need to figure out some way to reach out, and then they find their way to VR. Or they feel creative and they think this has so many different avenues to like put together different interests. It's just a lot of stuff, and like a lot of definitely characters are drawn to this space.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So watching I Listen and
weird.
Oh, that's okay. Watching I Listen and I Am Lucid.
Am I still on the screen? I want to make sure I am.
You're a little low. Wait, let me grab.
Okay. Yeah. I want to be able to still sit or at least kneel appropriately. Without like bruising my knees. There we go. You know what? You can hear me, right, guys? Back to Aether. I'll be on yours soon anyway. Yeah, I messaged you, Shabby, about like a time. I don't think we totally forgot time.
Time.
Oh man.
Does time exist?
Yeah.
Whoops.
Am
I making
it's
emotes?
a man-made concept.
Let me scoot in. Yeesh. We're doing it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
I think that should be
all
good.
right. So let's all right. So let's say those people inspired me, but I wanted to do stuff about virtual reality and the social stuff about it. Like, I grew up, as a lot of us have. I'm a little older. I tell people I'm like 15 now. I'm a little bit older than that. It's kind of a lie. And I grew up with the idea of VR being put into my head, and it was never happening. It just wasn't happening. We had all these movies. We had all these, false like things that popped up and didn't happen. It took like many years for it to become a reality. And so over the years, I've had so many ideas of what this could possibly be. And then I was in it. I'm like, this is. I wouldn't have predicted Uganda Knuckles. I
never saw that in the holodeck. Star Trek didn't have any Uganda Knuckles on.
But as bad as the movie Demolition Man is amazing. The other one, Lawnmower Man, it's a different man. Demolition Man's cool. Lawnmower Man is Lawnmower Man. Anyways, there's a lot of stuff in there that kind of happened. Like, you can draw parallels. I saw it like a few months ago with homies, and I was just laughing. I'm like, that guy's becoming a full body thotty. And my friends who don't play VRChat were just like crying because they never heard the word.
Full body thotty.
All right.
Well, take Avatar people, take VRChat people out of context, please. Like, please.
Yeah.
Let's see.
But yeah, so yeah, and then I got into it, and first episode, I am still proud of it. I am still damn proud of it.
Well,
I
yeah, we
see what
just watched
I
it.
could have done better. I was like,
It's
what
good.
the hell? That's insane. Like and it's not to brag. I don't brag about anything I do, really. But I just genuinely liked like that I was doing something that was, like the art creation process. I don't know if you feel the collective unconsciousness goes through you. You're just kind of like a medium for the art. I think we've
Mm,
talked about this. That's my view. Like I don't get to own really what's coming out. I do feel it comes from
yeah.
all over the place.
Like you're
So I felt
channeling
this was
everything, all your skills and all of the ideas, but also like I feel like with some of the things that I make, I get this like direct feeling that it's not like all coming from me, that I'm like gathering things that I've never even like encountered and like putting it out there and expressing something that I haven't directly like experience and making a new product based on that sort of like funneling, and like I'm producing something that is like,
hmm
not made in a void, but it's entirely new, like it's through my lens, and it's a really cool feeling to make
right.
art and get something, get results like that.
Right, because you take all these sources, you make something unique. You do have your fingerprint on it.
Hmm.
It is still there is a part of you in that. And I think also the joy comes from knowing that you yourself have brought that. There's a sense of accomplishment. But it is also the process. I know it's cliche, but it is the process of doing it that is so important. Like that's your journey. The end of the book is the end of the book. Like if that was so important, you could just read the end of the book. What's
Yeah.
important is that journey.
Yeah.
Shavy's saying the cool thing about VR is we've become our own type of people. We have our own lingo and we have different types of people in the community.
Oh
You know
yeah.
what? Oh, that's a whole subject. That is a whole subject. But I mean, I'm a dude in this female avatar, so you
Yeah.
could just go
But
with
I would
that.
still be like,
I
there's this
mean,
guy. Where to me, I
hmm
say we're internet gendered. So
Yeah, you know what? That's true because I do, I'm in e-boys, I'm in several different animals, I'm in things that seem to be intangible. Avatars, can fluctuate depending on your mood. And this is a platform that allows you. I mean, the avatar talk is a big one too. I'd like to explore that more. We've had a lot
mm,
of talks about what avatars kind of can represent, like what you can do with them. I
yeah.
mean, you're an avatar creator, but you can do things like that maybe IRL there's taboos about. Like, we still don't, as progressive as our society is, we haven't quite gotten there, generally speaking, to for total acceptance of people, expressing who they actually are. Um, um, uh,
Yeah.
Gender identity, stuff like that. And I found like a lot of people in here are able to do that. And heck, even guys who identify as, they're cis and they're straight or whatever, but that's what they say. But they're in female avatars, which they would never do IRL. Never.
Yeah. Never wear
But they're
female
allowed to do it,
clothes
and
and
it's
still be perceived as a straight like person, straight man.
yeah,
But he just
yeah.
felt like
Because
wearing a dress or something. No, but in VR, like you can present yourself however you're feeling, however you want, and it's pretty easy to be like very accepting because you're like, oh, okay, there's
hmm
that, like that's a nice cartoon. Like you've picked a really good like. All right,
yeah, yeah, or
so
or animals.
what does VR mean to you, and what do you see for its future?
Well, VR to me, I actually, VR is a good, description of what this is, that it's, if you look over there, there's no physical object. There's no, like, it's sort of information that's coming to
Mm,
represent objects and stuff.
mm,
However, I do believe, and this may be, me and a few other people, there's actually a really good book about it. That I'm trying to remember the name. I have it. I'll tell you afterwards. Making the argument that virtual reality is a component of reality. Like this is still like just an extra step. Like it's just a game, or oh, it's just virtual. It's not real. It is to me, it is an actual real thing. But we're still operating under whatever platform we're under. Like if all you can do is text on, I was gonna say AOL Instant Messenger. Geez,
Oh,
that's showing my
that's
age.
dating yourself.
But
Yeah.
but like Boomer Book Messenger, let's go with Discord. With Discord, I mean, you have a few limitations. If you do a live stream, like, with your game, or like you have a video feed, God forbid anybody asks me to do one of those, you still have a very limited communicative experience, In here, it opens so many opportunities. Like, I go on about Phantom Sense. I think a lot of us know already a lot about that, so I won't belabor it. But you're able to do see body language, because the majority of human communication is not, it's nonverbal. Like I think 15-20% is written and verbal. Everything else, your subconscious sees things that your conscious does not. You can tell if a person's, sus or not, typically. You're like, I have a bad feeling about that person. And usually, you're right, or you're just jealous. But, you could definitely be right based on that. That's why I do feel like this has components of reality. Like, it is an extension. I don't believe it is a replacement. I don't believe in the whole, let me go into VR and escape the real world. That's why I say this is a component of the real world. Because when we keep trying to separate them so much, then it becomes an either or. When you separate people, they tend to fight each other. I don't think there should be a separation between the two per se when it comes to how we perceive. It allows for us to explore this place without being completely enmeshed or away from the real world, or say, oh, I could never be in VR anymore, or it's an either or thing. I think it's important to have IRL connection, stuff like that, and a lot of times being in VR will set you up to be more social. I've seen it. Like, besides the effects of positive mental health stuff, you can argue about other things that happen that may impact your emotional health, but to be emotionally aware and socially coming out of your shell and stuff, I mean it is really amazing. I did an episode about mental health and vrchat, and I asked a bunch of people. One of them was mute. It was a mute person who never spoke, right? I think they spoke twice in front of their closest friends. And, I wanted to do an interview about the subject and whatever, and they're gonna sign some of the stuff and write some of the stuff down. But they just what, screw it. And I'm like, huh? And I'm hearing them talk, and that was the first time they talked, in front of people.
Do you think
they did the interview that way?
That because of that, VR or even just VR chat could be used for actual dedicated therapy in the future? As I know a lot of autistic people actually really like VR for the fact that they can learn how to talk to people and open up and start reading social cues without as much of the what feels like danger as you do have in real life, and it can be a lot scarier. And here where we're holograms, without that physicality, it takes away the scary fear a bit. I feel like
you feel a little bit more safe.
Yeah, there will be a lot more therapy sessions in VR potentially.
So I'll tell you, actually, that's another one down the pike. An episode about the therapy aspects, the health stuff. He's been in one of my videos, and he actually was in the live stream I just did. I'm a new guy who's a VR hypnotist, and that's both entertainment but also the therapeutic one, and works in here doing that for people. There are actual behavioral therapists who use this platform. I know a massage therapist, which, by the way, I'm certified massage therapist who goes in here because some people just they can't even be touched because of stuff, whatever. And having the energetic stuff, the perceptual phantom sense stuff is
Mm-hmm.
enough. Like for them to calm down. And I myself, I am not a professional, but man, when people come up to the village patriarch with their things, I'm like, yo, okay, I have a lot of insight about this. Talk to me about it. That's something you can't normally have anywhere. But in terms of other therapies, I met somebody recently who's an amputee. I didn't know they were an amputee for a while, and because I thought they were half body. Well, IRL, they're three-quarters body, right? And he
Yeah.
was making jokes about that. And he said, yeah, I'd be up for a video at some point. I'm like, yes. Oh my God, what? Self-invite yourself to whatever I'm doing, please. Because he said, I don't know why more, amputees aren't in here because I can sort of sense my leg being there. And I feel when I'm walking around, I'm walking around. And
Mm-hmm.
I guess it didn't even dawn on me because there's like the idea when you have phantom pain, which is when you don't have a limb but like you feel like itchy and all that stuff. They do a thing with like a mirror, and so they have a thing out, and it makes you
IRL?
look and perceive that like
An
yeah,
IRL
they
therapies?
do
Oh.
yeah, and so this is very similar in a way without even, I mean, mirror dwelling in itself.
Mm.
Takes care of that when you're looking down and you're perceiving. I think they are actually like they have trackers, but only on like one leg or something like that. I forget what it was. So they still have like a full body sort of experience. And as you know, if you have phantom sense, you tend to feel like all over like perceptually your body. And so this helps tremendously for them. And I just like I was kind of like stuck there. Just it was really late. It was like 5 in the morning, so I was also half tired. But I just felt that, and he's a trooper about it. But he really had a profound experience. When people like there's some negative talk about social fear at times, and I'm like,
Hmm.
no, you don't have the full experience. Like if you just see a few meme videos, which I'm not knocking them, but a few meme videos or whatever, or some negative stories, you're not getting the full experience.
Yeah, I don't
Like
think
there is
anybody
so much to
should
social
write
VR.
or put any sort of like input on any social VR, whether it's VR chat or not, without ever having been in
Hmm.
it. No, nobody who hasn't experienced it for themselves has any authority to talk about it, in my opinion. And like, I'll just like kind of
I
disregard what they have to say.
I
Um,
feel that. Oh,
yeah,
Shaby has a
I've
few
got a
things
lot
to
of
say
shade.
too.
I've got a lot of
Um,
shade because of the article that I think we might all know that just came out. But
oh yeah.
yeah,
Well, they're
shady.
also trying to make a documentary. So I heard
Oh,
that from somebody
that'll
about
get
yeah.
ratioed.
Oh, was
Shaby says something I
yeah.
can comment on. Woo! As an autistic person, VR has extremely helped me with social cues and social stuff. I've been on VR for over a year and I've noticed a lot of change. Even my family has noticed I've been getting way better at being social and getting better at touching others. I used to not let anyone touch me, and with me going nonverbal, VR has helped my autism a lot, and I don't regret it. Well, I can really see where she's
Mm.
coming from because, uh, you know, we're social creatures, not just in talking to each other. We want to, like, hear people and be heard, but we also have, like, the basic need of, like, physical touch. Like, uh,
Yeah.
I think it's called like pats or something, like a informal way of calling it. But when you're a child and you get like a certain amount of pats, then you'll like develop neurologically sort of
Oh,
like
thriving.
yeah, your brain
Mm-hmm.
responds to it, and you'll develop like verbal skills, social skills, all of these different
Mm-hmm.
things. That's not to say that anything develops differently. Like I don't know what develops autism, but in throughout our lives, like no matter what our neurological sphere is, these pats still are important. They're gonna give you like a boost of like serotonin and dopamine and the oxytocin that just kind of like keeps our brains like thriving and electric. And Yeah, when you don't know how to initiate it, or what to really do, how, and you're afraid of like freaking someone out, or just a lot of stuff. I think like it's really awesome to hear people's stories where VR helps in these ways, like to get you to get people to the point where they can have like a healthy, thriving social experience, because we all need it. Like it's as important as drinking water and eating good food.
Oh, oh, yo, that was a good check on that. Hold on 1 second.
Yeah,
Hydrate, man.
water
Hydrate.
time.
That's what on my streams before. We actually have a sound effect that people could play, and it's Ouroboros drinks from a water bottle, and it always makes this like sound that sounds like this gurgling like giant like water tank. And somebody took the sample from that and gave it to me, and we used that. So when you hear that noise, remember to hydrate. Remember to hydrate.
I love that. I want little sound effects.
It is. I can give you his. We just have to pass that one around, make that a meme. I do feel everything you're saying about this subject, and Shaby, I'm glad to hear that. I've heard of a few people actually in the video that I did about like the mental health. One of the people had, or well, has, they're on the autism spectrum, and they're open about it as well. And so social VR does help them, kind of come out of their shells. There's a lot of people I know who are on the spectrum, as well in this game, and ADHD. I'm very open about that. I have ADHD. I only found out in my adult years because of whatever. But suffice to say, this social platform has a way of giving you the outlet. So, I mean, content creation. It's there's so much to do. Like that's the problem. It's like, where do you go? You have to pick your things, and you could. I've made worlds I haven't published. I've made avatars that you see this thing customized. I've helped people with things. I do video stuff. What do you call it? Film things. Like with some video commissions I do. It's fun to like make these sort of stories out of it. It's really kind of exciting. The playground aspects of this.
So
and when you do that, I was just gonna finish the thought.
Go
That
ahead.
socializing and like head pats and mirror dwelling and stuff like that, which people knock, that can be everything to somebody who's never accepted being touched. Like, there's somebody I'm very close to, who just said that the other day. Like, I can't be touched IRL, but here I can, and I'm like, that is profound. But yeah, I'm sorry.
You touched on some of your plans a little bit, but I would like to see if you're willing to elaborate on what your projects are now. Like, what are you working on? What can we look for 2022 either?
Ooh, hopefully me finishing them though. I hear Oral laughing like, yeah, you should complete one, Aether. So here's the lineup that I have planned. One is getting a supplemental income, but after that said, I want to start finishing up what I've been doing recently with the new Shared Dream video, which has to do with prefabs and shaders. The people who create them, and they are a big part of like the community that brings people out to be able to do the things that they might not have all the coding skills or whatever to do, and maybe through that stuff they might learn a few things.
Yeah, they're
So,
really integral, but they're
things
not
like-
really highlighted that often as well. So I'm thrilled to hear that you're putting them up in the spotlight.
I mean, these people are just they're so brilliant. One of them, Lilu, who was in the Avatar video. I've been close to her since, like I'm more closer to her now than I ever was before, and she's gonna be interviewed for this because after that that video was done, she created AudioLink, which the whole club scene in VRChat uses.
Love
The entire,
AudioLink.
Slide Fest, all those events. audio link,
Love
right? And I
audio
was there
link.
like the first
Yeah.
world when she was, describing it and everything. I'm like, yo, this is gonna be monumental in VR chat. I was like, oh yeah, it's probably gonna be cool. Oh, it is. Everybody freaking they put on
Now
the
it's a
avatars.
standard.
I said that's profound.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then Mochi, who made the Mochi shaders and the Slyfest worlds, for 2021 and 2019, I believe. Mochi made those. Another shader person who makes those and like some prefabs. And one of the central characters of this new thing I'm putting together is CN Lore. I'm gonna show him this, by the way. I'm absolutely gonna show him this stream.
Yes. That's
He's
awesome.
actually the one who guided me back into a shared dream, by the way. I
Mm.
don't know if I told him that, but he's the one who steered me back from some of the meme kind of stuff, the TikTok stuff. He's like, I want to find, the
Yeah.
documentary stuff.
So the
Like, I
stuff
will
that
be
drew
doing
me
that
to
again.
your work as well. I enjoy the memes, but
Yeah.
the part that really caught my attention was just thinking about how we can use this space as the social platform it can really be. And yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I think it's fun to watch Mr. Snake, but if I watch a video and I'm like, okay, haha, it's in and out of my brain maybe in that moment. But when you're
Yeah.
thinking about these sort of nebulous and specific concepts about the future and about the present and all the possibilities, that stays in my head for years now. I mean, we're here.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and you're here and I'm here.
Mm.
Absolutely. And that was the thing I was most passionate about. What is unfortunate is fighting the algorithm, trying to find your audience, because
Mm.
it's obvious they're there. Like, you're there, I'm there. I mean, what's his name? Lil Po, who did the film festival at VRCon, who just the Sundance Festival, I believe it was Sundance or was one of them, had his film and it's a VR chat based one. Like, it was all filmed in VR. And he said, I am a documentary nerd. I am a nerd for that stuff. So your stuff, absolutely. I'm like, oh, yo, the guy with a lot of
Mm.
talent likes me. That's an honor.
Yeah, I know
But
the feeling.
but yeah, so CN steered me into the direction of that, and I started
Mm.
filming him. So CN Lore, by the way, is the guy who made the ball pit and shell. It's got 32 or 34,000 balls in it, and the world is 4 MB on some days, 3.8 on
Whoa.
others, and you can just all in real time. It's all shaders, and you can just play with it. All audio linked, hooked up. It's magical. Like, I've had it a few times on my streams, and
Mm.
the video that I did, the VR video content creation one, I screened there on stream, but I also screened it with him there. He said, I was like, oh yeah, I got to see the new video. Oh, okay, how long is it? And somebody's like, it's 43 minutes. Like, what? No, I'm good. I can't, I don't have the attention span. Like, no. And we're all laughing. He's like, oh, you're joking. All right. I thought he meant it was actually 40 something minutes. And we're like, oh, no, it actually is. It's like, all right, I'll stay for 5 of it. And he stayed for the whole thing. And he said, Aether, it held my attention the whole time. And that was a huge honor, because as somebody who has a problem, it has to be interesting. That was a video with Fia was in it. That's when I met her. I kind of just messaged her yo, you started about the same time I did, and you're doing the same sort of things. I think I would like your input about this kind of stuff, even for myself. How do you handle this stuff? And then a few TikTok people, in the community as well. I mean, check out the video. There's a lot, and I get interviewed by Ouroboros of all people. He interviews me. It got really meta. But that world, we did that, and actually, Mr. Snake was in there at one point too, on that stream.
Mr. Snake.
It's silly content with him, and I
Mhm.
actually have a lot packaged up because that seems to get attention.
Yeah.
I'm not like Mr. Snake. My content isn't that, but it has brought people to what they said on stream, a lot of people said it the same. I came for Mr. Snake and I stayed for Aether. Like, oh, oh shoot, I got a little heavy
Aw.
there. Like that really meant something to me because that's what I was hoping, man. The future is that new episode, more stuff with my commission people. So, VR and Chill podcast and this person, Tupish. Both of them, they got me off of Fiverr, and I was like, I want to make avatar videos. Can you do a podcast? Yes. Oh, I do avatar videos. Could you edit my video of me, walking around having like adventures? Yes, I can. Never the avatar stuff. But so I got them, and they are absolutely. I got lucky. They say they got lucky because it's like, VR and Chill podcast does basically what I do. I'm like, yo, I do what you do, so I'm the perfect person to help you with the project. Like I don't believe the competition thing. We are all in this together. Like,
Oh yeah.
if they succeed, we succeed. I said that before in the other video. And he found somebody else who started a podcast for VR recently. They had like Pupper on, they had Fia on, they had Lil Bagel, who I talked to very recently. Lil Bagel was instrumental with VCAT, and then one of the people in VRCon and JobCon too. Had these people in like the first few episodes. I mean, they're still got low numbers because they're just starting, but he was just like, oh, it was good, it was so good, and he was feeling like really insecure. His name is Sassafras, who does VR and Chill podcast. So I said, no, this is great, we need to talk to him. Like, what? Like, no, we talk to him. These are the people we need to connect with. Don't see it as a competition. We are all in this, beautiful human being. I can't even say enough. Yeah, that's him driving by right now. He's actually, he's just a wonderful human being. I couldn't have gotten luckier to find somebody like that. Because, you do commissions for people and you have horror stories. Both of them, I work extra for them because I want to see them grow. And I'm passionate about it. It inspires me to do better. I did this transition video. He was like, hey, I want something like more cinematic. Like, I got a new avatar that's original, and I want something for transitioning the old to the new. And I don't know how to do that. I don't know what I want to do. Like, I gotcha. And it ended up like his server, like all the people on it, when they saw it, they were just like, really like they got emotional about it because I don't know if you've seen it, but I don't know if I sent it to you, but it is kind of one of these really heavy videos. It has like all these little like allegories and stuff about transitioning like between life and death and stuff. But we won't get into that. I got inspired very much, and I have one in the works right now that he asked, like, is this too heavy? It's like kind of a heavy story kind of thing. Because guy, listen. By the way, have you heard of Life Progress? I just gotta throw this out there. Tupish is the reason why they're now called Humans of VR. He suggested it, and they changed it that day. There's somebody I respect too. They do the interview thing, with people with their stories, and I was like, yo, that's big. That's in the works, and at some point, I really want to do a film and possibly a book.
That's
basically what I'm doing as a book, and maybe shop this stupid thing around to somebody who might be interested in doing an even like bigger production of it. I don't know how I'll do
I mean,
it,
doing
I
spots,
usually find a way.
Doing spots like this gets you exposure. Hopefully, maybe the right people will see this interview and at the right time. And I think that ties into what you were saying about how we succeed together. Like, I don't really want to like tear anybody down because we're like, not only is it so new, but like there's so many good like creators out there, and if they get discouraged at the jump, like you don't know what you're gonna miss out because of that. And like I don't think that the numbers should make anyone like more of an idol or feel like they aren't succeeding because we like the simple fact that we're putting ourselves out there in such a brand new space, and like actually making traction in any way, and in a lot of like huge ways. Like vrchat was trending on Twitter all yesterday, and it's still trending. Like we're like making history together pretty much, and if you have like a small audience or a large audience, we're all a part of that history.
Oh, that's what maybe said. Maybe said the historians of the future looking back at the early days of VR are gonna look at the the stuff I'm creating now, everybody's creating now, and be like, this was the early days. This is what the archaeologists are gonna find of where it all was starting and stuff. These types of this trend in avatars. The people who put it together, and that's why I'm interested in the prefab community. There is VRChat prefabs. Like it's an actual like little community and everything that like has this. Do you know about the Google Doc? Right, there's this magical Google Doc that somebody maintains. I don't know who is on there. I can guess which person it is, and it has all these magical prefabs like CN Lore's ball pits on there. Anything you see, obviously Audio Link. Audio Link is one of the essentials, and so is, of course, what do you call it? Udon Sharp, which Merlin was in one of my videos before that. He just got hired at VRChat, and Udon Sharp, by the way, is going to become official. I need to. Yeah,
that's amazing.
I didn't know that till he told me.
I saw it. I saw it on Twitter.
News is I can't interview him now. Because I can't interview him now, but because it's like a gray area, he's like, it's kind of a yeah, and I'm like, that's okay. I'm happy. You deserve this.
I'm happy
You've been
for him.
So important to the community. And he's like, oh, thank you. I'm like, you need more compliments too. And like, yo, they got that VR cat like plushie. I said, we need a Merlin plushie, and everybody's laughing and stuff. There's a few devs there and everything. Like, no, we gotta have it. You would buy the Merlin plushie over the cat, right? I mean, buy both. He could take care of the cat and whatever. But yeah. So I do feel like the prefab community is very important. The avatar creation community is very important. The world creators, like, we're all kind of putting this together, and the VR content creators, like myself, like the video stuff, and even like the silly TikToks and stuff.
What do you have the most fun doing?
If you become a tier 1 patron on Patreon, you'll find out what that is.
So that's the most fun.
I'm kidding. No. I'm kidding. So what is most fun is going to like break people. Before I reveal that, because it'll be fun. Shaby has said they had a transition video. And they did a Pokemon evolution. That was almost the thing I did too. That was almost, but I went in this whole like way, like I was actually afraid that Tupish wasn't gonna like it. It's like, this is too heavy, dude. Like, we just have silly fun. But he was just like, yo, a Pokemon evolution video would have been the other one. That is, I want to see that, by the way. It's on her channel. Send it to me on Discord.
I believe it's on your channel.
It is? Okay.
Yeah, she has some clips from YouTube, some like edited videos and stuff like that that you will like. You'll see like it features some of her Twitch highlights and stuff like that. But also like there's a channel trailer which is really high energy and definitely like explains Shaby's whole content like very well. And just different things like that. She's actually, so you're in the section on my YouTube, and her YouTube is also in my section of creator partners. So hopefully everybody can always find y'all.
Oh wow, I'm honored. Yeah, no, that's great. I haven't even looked at mine in a bit. I forgot I even had it. Yo, you gotta be on there. What I did the other day, I realized you're doing like regular content and everything. I had to put I put your YouTube like channel thing when you make a video, it posts to the server and everything. I was like, wait a minute,
what?
She's not on there. And I was like looking at everybody I know, like, wait, are you on the thing? I have this premium bot that like can repost it to the the content place. Whoa. I know you repost the the avatar, your assets you sell. But I was like,
Mm-hmm.
no, we gotta also, if you're starting this and doing it, I always like to help out the
Yeah.
homies, as I
I
say.
actually I have
Same with you, Shaby.
lots. Yeah,
Hmm.
Shaby's got the content, but it's not just YouTube. It's both YouTube and Twitch. Um But yeah, I hope this is gonna be regular. It's picking up momentum. I can tease a couple of guests for the future. The texture artist Uni has said yes, and I'm gonna have Kiani on in the spring.
Uh, this has blown up already, and it's just gonna blow up. Um, I'm going to tell you that, and mark my words. Remember to go back to this video, posterity. Be like, yo, Aether was right. He called it. And I am telling you very honestly, it will. If you keep doing what you're doing and have these people on, they're part of the community that everybody knows. Like these names are people that know, and we need more of that. There's so much out there. It, it's not like an already conquered field. This is still
Hmm.
the Wild West. There are a million opportunities,
Yeah.
million, to do. Like you can create an amazing like prefab or something and use that on your resume to get a job in like a company for coding and stuff. That's like one idea. You can use it to create art. A proof of concept film. Hell, you can make a film in here. Music
Mm.
videos.
Yeah,
Like,
we
just
met in
legit
VR,
have
which
fun.
is beautiful. Wasn't it like in the mainstream news? Or mainstream like entertainment sphere? We met in VR is made
Hmm.
in vrchat, and like to have it in front of like a wide, like to get into the mainstream and make VR finally like a household at least topic of conversation, I think is like one goal that I have, at least with this. But I feel like other people are, also like doing that, and they want that, as a part, will become this part of the
What is
zeitgeist. So
what is we met in VR? And I'm probably gonna like I'm sticking my foot in my mouth. Is that the recent like film? Is there a recent film
yeah,
that
it came
that
out not
is
too
that what
long
that is?
ago. I actually haven't had the chance to
Okay,
watch it,
I
but
think it's Little Pose. I think that's the one that I was talking about, Little Pose film. I think it is. That's
oh,
why I was gonna
we
say
talking about the
that's what
same
I think it
thing.
was called. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Oh, he's a really like sweet person. And so whatever he does, he's done like some stuff before, like sort of like interview stuff, but documentary, similar to mine, but like he hadn't really done too much with it. And every time I talk to him, like, post VR comp, it's like, yeah, man, I checked your stuff out. It's good. I've been super busy doing this, thing. And I didn't know what it was until I saw on Twitter, like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be in this film festival. It's like, yo, that's
I think
that's
we're
a
talking about the
film festival
same.
people know.
Yeah.
Okay, look it up. We met in VR. I swear, and if not, then it's a Mandela effect, and there's a reality
And we're
where
just making
Lil
up
Poe
stuff.
made it. Okay. Yep. Hey, this is a dream,
Um.
man. It's a shared dream.
Oh, Shaby's on her way out, but thank you for stopping by. I'm really happy to be able to share this live
Yo,
experience with you.
she. Yeah, it says love you, T. Oh, wait a minute.
Mm.
What about me? What about me? Yo, I'm not in this. All right, let's see how it is. Oh,
You gotta have
maybe
your
you
bonding
have to get
moment
to
with
know me first.
Shaby. Yeah. Um.
I will. I hope so. I hope so. Mm,
Well,
she
we
seems
actually
so sweet. Oh,
have had such a good conversation that I completely went off script.
oh, I'm
But
sorry. I'm
no,
sorry. That happens with
I
me.
love
Yeah,
it.
I
I was
apologize.
like, you know
I
what? I
usually
think I'm
don't
just
talk,
gonna go
so.
down the ether pipeline, and yeah, to give you the chance to talk, I wanted to sit back and let you have the floor for, just get that feeling. It's a good feeling. Let's
You,
see.
you have to take the reins from me. I will not shut up. That's a
I think
problem.
I'm a pretty good interview director when I prepare. Well, the one I did with Laud, that was such a mess. But I want to redo it sometime with
But
like
you have
actual like research and preparation like this one.
let's my first, and I've been streaming forever, but this first new thing, because with my thing,
Yeah, you're
it was
live
a
streaming,
little
aren't
bit
you?
of a mess. Yeah, so I'm doing a similar thing, like talking about different topics. We're doing like a similar thing, and that's why I say there's no competition. I love the idea of doing this. I went on a hiatus from streaming because I used to do streaming every single night, every night,
Mm.
like not 7 days a week for months. Just doing the silly stuff like running around or mirror dwelling. And by the way, if you guys are waiting on the answer to the thing I enjoy most, it's it's mirror dwelling and snuggling with the homies. That's really it. When we talk about Phantom Sense, it is so important to me. Because that's like a communal thing. The reason, and I'll just be quick about the mirrors, which people like have their ideas about. It opens up your field of view. You see everything, which adds to the immersion. It's something that I learned on my video from somebody about mirror dwelling, and actually, TCL, who's one of the developers of this game, I overheard him talking to somebody about that, whose first day in the game, he's talking to him like, "Yo, you talking to one of them on the first day?" And he says, "Yeah, it's tough on certain headsets with the field of view. This opens
Hmm.
it up." And even
Yeah.
people on desktop get that, which adds to the immersion. And
Mine's about right
also,
here,
obviously,
and then the headset cuts it
I
off. And then with mirror, I would say
okay.
it like, gives me about to here, because then I can see the side of my
Yep.
head that I can't see with just the headset.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah, and then you see the response of so you can, what do you call it, actualize your avatar with yourself. I
hmm
actually, in that mirror dwelling video, I don't remember if you saw it, but like, I go to a park and I bring these mirrors and I mirror dwell in a park IRL to the complete horror of other people walking their dogs and everything. I overheard a kid like, "Mom, look, that man over there has a lot of stuff. Can I go over and talk to him?" No, no, you leave that man alone. He's busy. You don't know him. I was like,
you don't know
"Oh,
him.
that's a good mom." Because if I saw myself here, I would say that's stranger danger.
And that's a
No,
place
no, no, no.
children should stay away. Stay over here, kids.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, and then as I was leaving, someone walked up and said, "Hey, what you got doing? What are you doing over here with all those mirrors?" And I turn around and he had no idea what he was in for. And I was recording it. And I was like, "Yeah, so in VR, we stand in front of mirrors, and I'm standing in front of a mirror recording this, and actualize your avatar, and we give each other head pats because of Phantom Sense." He's like, "Oh, that's interesting. Yeah. Oh."
oh.
Completely
Mm.
horrified.
Uh-huh.
This man, I am this, by the way, outside of here.
I
I
believe it.
I don't change my persona.
Mm.
Like I just this is just a place I hang out.
Speaking of mirrors,
But
so I had been like watching through your videos like before, so I could just like refresh myself on a bunch of stuff. And it's your first Phantom Sense video, and you're interviewing somebody who actually had like I think it was the hip replacement person, or it might have been somebody else who was talking about
Bex,
ghost
Bex, right?
ghost phantom limbs,
It was
and
Bex.
that in
Phantom
IRL
limbs, yeah.
people use mirrors for like pretty much the exact same practice to actualize your
Mhm.
body when you have nerve damage, to try to do physical therapy. So the use of mirrors is not new in VR chat. It's just another evolution or iteration of being able to see what you're doing, and that it becomes like more intensified because you have these inputs, like these other types of input. So
You're sort of getting in tune with the world that's being built. I mean, it's like stories. You read a book, you kind of become immersed in it. Or like, oh, it's the horror movie. That person's not looking the right way. There's the bad guy over there. You kind of feel that. In this, it's the same way. When it comes to touch, like I talk about the head pats, the snuggles. You'll see so many pictures of that. Like I'll just be like this cute little girl, and there'll be somebody just big and whatever, or I'll be that person. we all just kind of like have fun with that, and it's really just kind of a warm feeling. Even desktop mode, like
Mm-hmm.
people have told me, oh, I don't have. I mean, I might have Phantom Sense, but I'm on a laptop right now. It's like, oh
Yeah.
yeah, and then they go up, and if you don't mind, like my hands over here,
Yeah, go for
I'm
it.
only gonna wave in your face. So, how's it look on stream? So I went like this like one day, um, yeah, and like I was going to somebody's face. I had this avatar from this Swedish avatar world, and it was I think you know the one. It was this girl that had these like purple lavender butterflies coming out of her and just glowing. And this dude, he had like a migraine, and he said, I don't know what's happening. It like kind of numbs it. It still kind of
Mm.
hurts, but this is so weird. And
It's
somebody else
kind of like
said they
Reiki.
experienced phantom sense. And I'm actually level 1 certified in Reiki, so I think there's a little bit of that going on, like energy work and stuff. I do
Mm-hmm.
feel that there's a very real thing going on with that, even in desktop mode, because I make the best argument I have. One sentence. Why is it? This is a question that um, people in desktop mode hang in front of mirrors. It's not just to be with friends. There is something there. I try to explain, more in depth of what like Phantom Sense is,
Mm.
to people. It's not just, ooh, I feel the warm thing. It can be, but it's perceptually like your brain sees that and thinks there's something there. I will just assume that's happening,
Yeah. I
without you
feel
sort of realizing
desktop
it.
mode. I feel Phantom Sense in that mode and VR. Um I don't know.
Oh
It
yeah.
is like about the perceptual like thing. It's the same thing. I would equate it with like when you're playing a game on your desktop, and if you jump off or if you fall off and you didn't mean to, you still feel that like sort of excited rush when your character like goes off the map. So it's kind of like that.
Mm.
There's a
Oh
physiological
yeah.
response. It's not I'm
Hmm.
not saying like when I jump off the map in desktop I feel blah blah blah, but I mean if I get head pats in
I do.
desktop then I get yeah. Well, I don't like to jump off the map because
Like,
of that feeling, and especially in VR I'm like I
yeah.
don't want to fall. It's a long way till you
Oh,
respawn.
yo, sometimes I do just to do it. I like, yo, this is like
Like
bungee cording without the bungee cord. Yeah, you just jump and fall. Yo, that can be fun,
it
exhilarating. Head
can.
pats are definitely a wonderful part because I mean, I remember. Okay, what the hell was happening? I had some kind of thing. Oh, it was not withdrawal. It was the side effects from one of the COVID shots, the booster shots. It
Mhm.
was the third one, the most recent one I had. I think it was like November or something. I got it, and I was like, well, I remember the other two. It was like the Pfizer one, and I was feeling super cold and not like very good. And I was in VR chat, and like, there's Big E boy, like, how you doing? I'm like, oh, he's so cute. And like, I'm just looked down here as this little like girl avatar. It's a friend of mine. I didn't do that. And I was just like cold, and he just went like this. And I know this sounds kind of weird, but I really perceptually felt warm. And like I felt so connected, and it was wonders, like absolute wonders. I was there for somebody in the early days of COVID when I was in here. They were terrified. They thought, the whole family had it, the grandparents had it, and she had it like the worst. Like she was falling over and everything. And I said, if you come on, I will be there with you. You can fall asleep with me. You don't worry about anything. And it was like super helpful for her to have that connection there, 'cause she was so scared. And, I had a lot of conversations, messaging, but and we didn't even have to talk. We just sat there, when she fell asleep, we didn't say anything. Imagine me not talking. How peaceful
um
that must be. But yeah,
wow.
it was
I like it
profound.
when you talk. But yeah, going back to the prompts. So what are your big goals? Like, what do you want to see for your channel, and then also like what do you plan to do? What if you can share your life goals? What's your plan in life as well?
Um, you know what? if I want to be honest about my life goals, I'll tell you this. I'm not 14. I'm 15. I'm actually older than that. Uh, I'm halfway there to, the other side,
Mm.
according to statistics. And, I have quite a lot of stuff on my bucket list. But one of them, which has a little bit to do with me, but more to do with other people, is I'm a father of two people. And one of them has created content in here. So that gives you an idea of my age. I know I look young. I want to see them. My goal is to help them see them grow and be able to express their creativity without any things holding them back. To just imagine their way into their careers, their life. We now live in an era where you can do that. The COVID has shown that, right? The
Mm.
big restructuring, the walkout, the whatever the hell it's called. I've always encouraged him. I've always given him the tools to do it. One of them just, the older one always blows my mind with what he does. The younger one is just learning, the process, and he's just wonderful kids. I couldn't have asked for more in life, when it comes to children. I don't want to make it about children, but I don't talk a lot about the kids because I think I don't want to just be associated as a dad, like AR dad, because a
Mm.
lot of people in this game are young. I don't I don't come out and just say it. I'll say it here, but I don't just I don't hide it, but I don't whatever. But they are so important to me. I want to see them grow. I want to, be proud of them. Not to say that I did it, but I am just the farmer. I am just the one who waters the plant. They are the ones who
Mm.
grow. I don't get to take ownership of their thing vicariously. I'm just happy that I could, bring that to the world and
Mm.
do something good in it. The
Mm.
other big thing is, you know, my own imagination, because my situation growing up, I didn't quite have the same parents they did.
Mm.
My kids have very different parents than mine were, and so undoing certain things that have held me back, and getting to my fullest potential. After my day job, I lost that. This whole thing with content creation in VR has been a journey for myself, to learn more about myself. And I think maybe there's a good amount of people in here who do that. I've learned so much about myself. I've made mistakes. I've, and I've made such profound, moments in other people's lives, and as well with them, to me. And I don't think a lot of them even know it. I want to continue that, and as best as I can, I want to do all this for a living. I don't want to be rich. Yo, if I got 1 million subscribers and it just paid my bills, that would be the important thing. Not to get the attention of 1 million people, so to speak. That's not my goal. My goal is to be able to do this for a living. If some trust fund person came over and said, I'm going to pay you a check every month because I love you, that's fine. Hey, maybe I need a sugar mama or a sugar daddy. Maybe that's what I need in life so I could do this. But my goals are to help people out. I always say, if I had the $1 million or the multi-million, I would give it to all my friends who are struggling with that and they can be gainfully employed.
Yeah, I feel the same way.
That's kind of my goal in life. If I could have $1 billion, dude, I would give it to so many people. Everybody can not come home worried about the bills, or oh, I have another 20 years on my house. No, you have your house now. You have this, and you can still work and still try hard, but you're not going to be scared every day. My goal would be ultimately, if I can do that, and strive for that would be something. If I can get successful in this realm. But ultimately, it's about expressing myself and encouraging people to come out of their shells. I live by the philosophy of Fred Rogers, Mr. Rogers, who is read up on him and his books. Very profound, thoughts and everything. He was definitely he's somebody I look up to. In very recent years, there's a documentary about him. I mean, there's a movie, but the documentary is really good. And before that, just read his books. That's somebody who encouraged children. He didn't talk down to them. Well, he did because they're small, but he allowed them. He encouraged them to have their own autonomy. that they weren't being patronized, that they were being listened to, and they can grow as their own individual person, which is important. That's how I feel. Like with my kids, like they know I'm dad. I'm not like friend dad, like haha, like irresponsible. And I'm not like, the guy who doesn't take no for an answer, who they get to win arguments or, conflicts. They get to prove to me that I was wrong, and I will tell them that. That's important to me. Like, to be able to help people have that in life, these kinds of things, and inspire people to, like, you created this, like, dude, hell yeah.
Yeah, this is my
like,
world.
You got a YouTube channel.
Yeah, and a server and a Gumroad,
yeah.
and these things I think
Your
led
server
me.
Is popping.
It's pretty big. I never imagined it would grow to what it is, and like I'm happy that like just making
this
a few things in Blender is like, yeah, like this channel and that server is pretty much the goal. What it was founded on was to showcase and basically like be a process blog, and also to like sell my assets, because that's what I do for a living. But it's becoming so much more like right in front of my eyes, and I just want to see how far it can go and what'll become of it. And you don't want to be like VR dad, but you're definitely like some of your dadly qualities come through, being, giving jokes. People the dad jokes. No, but giving, like, nurturing the creativity of the people around you. Are you going to tell us a dad joke?
Dad jokes. I think I did it once in 3 sentences on my stream once. It is the second week I was in VRChat story, which also has another name, but that will spoil the story. So, second week in VRChat, let's be honest about one thing about VRChat is a lot of the public worlds have, a random assortment of people. And I was like kind of jaded from it. I like, this can't just be VRChat. And so I saw in the, looking through worlds, public worlds, I saw one that was a furry one. I was like, yo, okay, I know furries IRL. I'm not a furry, but they're usually really chill people. They gotta be. And I went there, and there was a lot of them, and I'm having good conversations. I'm like, oh man, these people are awesome. And then, of course, I'm talking about parenting and getting all, like, inspired like I was just a moment ago. And they're like, oh my god, yeah, my dad would never let me do that. I'm like, what? It's like, yeah, no, he just gets mad at me whatever I do. What? Okay, guys, if you have a bad dad, if you have no dad, or you want a second dad, listen, talk to me. You can impart some. I'll impart some stuff into you. Let me know.
Yeah.
I could be that.
Aether's
And
let me cry to him for like 2 hours.
Ding.
Hours at a time, but
this is true. Well, okay, so they all added me, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, oh man, they all freaking like me. And then a week later, I'm talking to another furry. I'm like, telling this story, and they're like, wait, so you're like a daddy now? Like, what do you? Yeah, a dad. Like, no. No, that's you just told a whole bunch of furries that you would like to be their daddy. It's like, no, wait, is that a thing? Is that it? Like,
you didn't know about daddy?
I think it was 2 or 3 of them spawn into the world. Like, oh my god, it's daddy! Daddy's here. I'm like, oh.
You're like, oh.
Hey, the Fur Hub story. Yeah, I've told it a few times, but I love this story. People, I always tell it because I always end up being everyone's dad. That's a different story. To each their own. That was a misunderstanding, but I'm willing to listen to them still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
No, for sure.
We are now at the audience participation section. So if we have any questions from the audience, feel free to put it in the chat, and we'll spend a few minutes. And then after that, we're going to wrap it up and end stream. So fire away.
I'm looking.
Yeah, I'm looking. Hey, it's the VR and Chill podcast. He came by. For like the end.
What? Yo, what? Yo, Sassafras. How you doing, homie? Did you hear me talking very goodly, that's not a word, about you earlier? because I said some really good things about you. You're gonna have to watch the VOD.
Yeah, watch the
You
VOD.
and
It'll
Dukas
stay up.
definitely came up.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm gonna
On a,
share it. I'm gonna share it everywhere. I'm gonna post this.
yeah.
Um,
Clip that, put it on TikTok. Absolutely. I need to see that. Yo, you're good people, homie. You know that. For sure. And we gotta get talking about, what's gonna be the next show at some point. I just did a whole bunch of thumbnails for him too. I just do everything.
yeah, you do a
Yeah,
lot.
he's a very good person.
You do a lot out here.
So, yo, Sass. Okay, that was we didn't have enough time, but you were a person that was going to be like considered for one of his episodes, and I mean, hell, you still can. He wants to do more Avatar related stuff.
Okay.
Not to put him on the spot. Yo, Sassafras. This is who I was talking about. That was TBP. They're also friends with all the other creators that we had on the show. I think I mentioned one of them. I forget which one. That I think we talked about. Appreciate it. I appreciate it. Yeah. No, I did not. Okay. Yeah. TBP's good people. I've known them for a year and a half. I can vouch for them. Yeah, absolutely. Hell yeah, that would be dope. Ah, man. See, look at
Sweet.
this. I am. Commission me, and I will go 110% for you. I will
Networking.
become your social marketing, your networking manager.
I don't have a manager. It's kind of exhausting. Like, oh my gosh, doing Blender, Unity,
it's exhausting.
my server, being my PR person,
Oh,
doing
yeah.
relations with other creators, marketing generally. I can go on and on about. I'm a texture artist. I do all of my own textures and rigging. Woo!
You do a lot.
Yeah.
You do a lot.
It's
Like,
exhausting.
people just
but
think
awesome.
they don't understand what goes. Yeah, if it's awesome, you can work 80 hours a week doing it. If it's I couldn't work 8 hours a week doing a job that paid a whole lot of money. So you tell me like what's more important. I do everything myself too. Like I feel that it's tough to find people to work for free, delegating responsibilities.
I'm the best. I'm the best one
I-
because I'm cheap and I'm easy for my own purposes.
Yo,
I'm
so-
free
I
for
used to say
myself.
that- listen. I'm not free, but I'm available. That's what I tell people.
Right.
Oh, ba-dung. Hey, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, this is fun. This is
So,
definitely fun. I
feel the
appreciate
same
you
way.
having me on here.
Yeah, thank you.
yeah,
I'm
right?
really, I mean, this is the
Wow.
ground floor for like this sort of series that I'm doing. So, and it's like still like taking form. And I'm really like, I'm so thankful to Shayla Yumi, to Laud, to Shaby, to you. You've been my first 4 guests, and you can see over those 4 interviews so far, like the evolution already, how different this is from what I did with
yo.
Shayla Yumi.
Yo, Laud, you're gonna have a way better interview than me. I'm gonna say 1,000 times better. Okay, we're gonna make up for that first one. Hell, I will make sure of it. There's gonna be wonderful things happening. Okay,
Laud's pod will be
you got
sexy
this. You got this.
when I get there.
Yo, I know so many people in his server who love getting buying stuff in there and everything and interacting. And I'm not even kidding. Like, there's at least 2 people we're talking about. Like, I know Laud. I'm gonna name drop. Yo, Laud's a good person.
Yeah.
Like, I was all like, yeah. We go way.
Laud,
actually,
Laud
yeah.
is certifiably
He's kind of a friend of
good.
mine.
So the way I met him, I was in a
Mhm.
server and I won a giveaway for the Galaxy people. And then so we talked from then. And then I was in the relationship that kind of like made me disappear for a few months and like nobody really saw me. And so the first
Yeah.
time I ever saw Laud was on my birthday last year, and I'm sitting there, and Cal and I were both affected by this person so much that we like went through the night and we hung out and talked to Laud, but then once it started, we started talking more, we opened up, and it was like still so raw in the moment that we were both bawling to him by the end of the night. And he ended up giving us advice and a little bit of help on a project that got that person out of our lives, like, and we got to healthy places. And I actually like had the space to start working in Blender more because this person was jealous of my time to even the degree that when I worked in Blender, they thought, that I owed them the time that I put into my work. So I'm really like happy for Lod. He definitely helped me like get out of that situation and to get into avatar creating the way that like I feel I was meant to be in. So Lod's got character.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, yo, Lod. Like I said, it's gonna go all over the place. It's gonna go viral. You're gonna have 5 million views. Lod, your server, you gotta be careful. I mean, you'll never have to worry about boosts. Don't buy your own boosts. I don't know if you do, but you don't have to buy your own boosts. Other people will overboost your server. You're like, guys, so many boosts. You'll just buy my avatars. You're wasting your boosts. You're gonna have that problem. You're gonna have to like, what am I gonna do with the? I have 2,000 boosts. Like, what am I gonna do with 2,000 boosts? I only need 17 or 14.
14,
now.
yeah.
Lod, it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be a household name. Lod, it's gonna go crazy. I love it.
So.
Yeah, but it's been great. It's been great being on here.
Thank you
absolutely.
for coming.
And this sounds like it's going to be something, it already is something great. What am I talking about? Time is a man-made concept. It is absolutely great. It's great to be here.
All right. And thank you so much. Do you have any shout outs? Do you want to like give any promo to the people who are sitting here now and watch it in the future?
Yeah, there's a lot of people. Well, Sassafras, VR and Chill Podcast. Wait, what is a guilty VR pleasure of yours? I'll answer it in a second. I'll try to get through that one quick. But the people I want to thank. There is a list. First one that comes to mind is Ani. Ani's been there like for a year and a half. We vibe on a very regular basis, and she's been really helpful. Like kind of mutual brother in arms kind of thing, where we all kind of like. Support each other. We all need somebody to lean on, that kind of thing. Everybody in my server as well. There's Senior Deer, there's Swigs. Swigs is a freaking beautiful human being. Mr. Greatness, who's has his own server as well. Yeah, which I'm going to be talking about Mr. Greatness. Oh, yeah, that's right. You met Swigs. Swigs is just he is somebody else. I don't have words for him. Ever since he's entered my life, it's been better. Let's just say, like he himself, I don't think he understands how good of a person he is. There's Bernie, the Pyro Wolf, who I've been friends with forever. She's got me so into like other things. That's another person. In terms of people I need to promote, Makaro Senpai, absolutely. He's probably not watching this, but that's okay. I love him to death. He's another person. That's a whole story. He's in the VR content creators video, and the one I absolutely need to shout out to Pitch 2 is you. I will shout out to you on your own channel. Guys, good person. Very likes the deep conversations. Likes to, she likes it deep. Like when you talk to each other and you have a real, just realized. When you have like these real moments with. See, I had that moment. When you have these real moments with people, not the shallow ones, like, yo, look at that weather. Yeah, it's raining. It does that. Yeah, it's Earth. You don't like that as much. But yo, when you get it deep, that's
the best.
Hell yeah. I don't know what I mean by that, but yeah, you're good people. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Very much. I appreciate that. I try.
Yeah.
So promo, and then I'll let you call it for the end of the stream because I'm out of questions. Chat. Oh, there is one guilty pleasure, and then we can wrap it up.
What is a guilty VR pleasure of yours? Okay, the PG version. We're gonna go with the PG version. A guilty pleasure. The one I'm open about the mirror dwelling. Whatever. How should there is damn. Oh, you know what the problem is? I'm open about like pretty much everything I do in here. You know, like the things, the places I go and everything. A guilty pleasure.
Yeah, it's trouble. It's hard to come up with a guilty pleasure when you're like open about your interests and stuff like that. Whoops.
So, one thing I really enjoy is like to be able to hold court, you know, with people that I just meet and like, you know, having the shy people in like a public room start coming together, or bringing people to my world. And here's a little, you know, sort of a self-aggrandizing thing. When I see some of my unpublished worlds, and they're like, God, this place, when are you gonna release it? I can't favorite it. Like those kinds of things. I'm like, that's what I want. I want people to have fun with the hook shots in one of my worlds where you just kind of fly around. I want people to, you know, sit and have good vibes in my darker one while you play on a laptop that I created that does Minesweeper and all sorts of things. That I like seeing people just, you know, having a good time. It's not really guilty pleasure. I'm so sorry. Oh, I don't know, like cute girl avatars, but also e-dudes doing, you know, that whole thing. Just it is sort of a guilty pleasure. Just it is weird, for sure. How to describe it? There's nothing you know, just having good vibes. Oh, guilty pleasure, staying up way too fucking late. Sorry, did I swear? I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
Swearing's fine.
Bleep it.
in the
Oh my
VOD,
God.
it's
I don't
fine.
swear on my
We'll
own
like
stream.
put it, and plus it's so late in. You know, you gotta give it 30 minutes or something like that, and then you can swear all you want, pretty much. Algorithm doesn't care.
Oh my God, I am so sorry.
My guilty pleasure, I like it when e-boys dolphin dive. That's my guilty pleasure.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Valid. Point.
All right.
Yeah. Oh.
I think on that note, thank you all for coming by. I really appreciate it. It's a new series, so I'm still trying to get traction. But even if I have one viewer, then I consider it a successful stream. So with that, thank you, Aether, for coming on. And I like and subscribe. Look at the links. You can find Aether in the description below. You can find Aether's channel also on my creator section, and you can find Aether's Discord as well as my Discord in the links. So like and subscribe, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye.
Yo, dolphin diving, guys. We'll figure this one out. Absolutely. Love you guys.
If you dolphin dive.